Hi, I'm Jill Castle. I'm starting a new channel called Sped Hacks, and so this is my first video because I wanted to take this opportunity to share my story with you. A lot of people out there that are going to see these videos already know my story, so sorry, you can skip this one if you've heard me talk enough. But people that don't know me, I want to share this because I want you to understand where I'm coming from when I'm sharing this information. Not just my pedigree as far as my education and all of those things, but just my heart and how I came to this. You know, a lot of years I was out there teaching and training parents, but it was kind of coming from a place of bravado, because I would say ego, except I was actually really kind of just scared to death, and I was in a lot of pain, and now it's sort of coming from a place where I just really want to help people, and I really want to help them not have to jump through all the hoops that I had to jump through. So I'm going to start out by telling you I have two sons. I have a big, actually very big modern family. I also live with my boyfriend and his three daughters, and I'm also best friends with my ex-husband and his wife. So we've got this really crazy modern family, and it's really awesome. But that's for another segment for sure, because I could talk about that forever. But it gives you an idea of how I was able to navigate this storm that I'm about to tell you about and end up with a really big support system, which I could never do what I do now if I didn't have. And I'm hoping to share that too, because I see a lot of people out there with kids with disabilities. You know, the divorce rate's 89%, and I see a lot of people really struggling with isolation. So that is part of my story I just wanted to preface with. My son Anthony was diagnosed when he was 3, and he got diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and it was a progressive muscle disorder. We were shocked, we were devastated. And shortly thereafter, we found out that he also was on the autistic spectrum. You know, he wasn't speaking when he was supposed to. He was kind of delayed in everything. It was my first kid, so I was kind of in denial and just really overwhelmed. And so I went through that whole process of getting the diagnosis and dealing with that reality, and then looking for resources. You know, I didn't have to just do the physical stuff where I had a million doctors all of a sudden. I actually had to go pursue, you know, behavior and modification, and I had to go pursue some interventions to help him talk and speak, and educationally I had to start getting an IEP and following all that and learning all that, and it was so daunting and so overwhelming. I just really wanted to share what I know for other parents, so that makes that journey a little easier. So anyway, I've been helping parents navigate all this stuff for about 15 years, and I want to provide some quick tips and some in-depth trainings both, so that it can make it easier. I changed careers because of it. I couldn't keep up with the career that I was in Hollywood, and I was in film and TV, and it was very fast-paced, and it was all about the bringing in the money, and I couldn't do it anymore. I was too busy running around the country trying to save my kid. And so I changed and I moved to Arizona. We thought it would be easier. It was just different. And so I ended up going back to school. I got my undergrad in psychology, and then I went on to get my master's in educational psychology, more specifically, which became my love, and behavior. I got a graduate certificate from Dan Davidson. Anyone who knows him, he's amazing, in positive behavior support and behavior modification, and that helped change our life tremendously. When kids have trouble communicating, they communicate through behavior, and that can get pretty chaotic sometimes. And so the more I learned, the more effective I got as a parent, the more stable I got emotionally, and the more, actually for me, awake it made me spiritually. So it's been really interesting. I then went to work for Department of Education for Arizona. I worked there for 5 years, helping parents navigate school districts and doing trainings and helping with dispute resolution. I got certified by the Attorney General in mediation and also facilitated IEP. So I'm come from a very collaborative standpoint. A lot of the parents I help today want to fight for their kid, and I did too. I spent a lot of years. That drive kept me going because I had a lot of pain and grief, and that drive and that fight is what I needed at the time. But as I got older, I found out that really to be more effective was knowledge. Knowledge was power, and rapport was power. And the more I learned how to collaborate and create rapport, the better my kid did, the saner I was, so the better everybody was. I've been published and I've done a lot of national speaking and presenting. That's how most of you will know me from our Duchenne community, but I've also worked across many different disabilities. My son is very famous as well. Well, both my sons got their own things going on, which are really special, but my one son helped us make a movie, which is now on Amazon Prime, which is called Carry On, Finding Hope in the Canyon, and that was all about the community coming together to help him to the bottom of the Grand Canyon. So that's part of my story as well. As I got older and my kids became teenagers, I also got certified in sibling support because I realized that I spent a lot of time and energy working with my kid that had disabilities, and my other kiddo needed a lot of support and attention. So I had to start learning how to treat them equally and give them both equal time and equal attention. And I didn't always succeed, but I have learned along the way, and I want to share those types of things with you as well, because as Rick Lavoie would say, it's kind of like life on a waterbed. You know, when one person moves, the entire thing ripples and affects everybody. So it really is, these issues really are a family wellness and individual wellness, and they are spiritual and they are emotional, and there's just no way to do it without all that, in my opinion. So that's why it's taken me so long to put this together, because I felt like I really needed to have enough experience and authenticity to come from a really clear place so that I could help you. So welcome to my channel. We're gonna call it Sped Talk, and my stepdaughter actually came up with that name, which I thought was really great, and my son Oliver is actually doing all my filming and my editing, which is really great. And so I hope you'll enjoy my videos and my channel, and visit my website, which is Jill Ann Castle, and Ann is with an E, so it's JILLANNE Castle.com, and uploading Udemy videos, and there will be a code that you can use to go partake in some of my workshops and things like that in the future. You can also reach out to me on my website, and I would love to hear from you personally, and I'd love to try to help you navigate your journey as well, because I continue to learn every day from the people that I'm helping. So I hope we can have a relationship together. Okay? I think that's it. Bye.